Even with all of the resources ready to help, sometimes taking that very first step and overcoming the stigma around seeking mental health help is the most difficult step to take.
One local veteran sharing his own story with us tonight, speaking candidly about how his therapy has helped in his own life, saying if it encourages even one person to reach out, it's worth it.
Colette Bordelon talked to one veteran who is no exception.
It's beautiful, it's quiet, it's peaceful.
A moment outside to breathe. Maybe it's something we all need from time to time.
I guess if you kind of look at who you are as a human as like a recipe.
And recipes can be messy.
Emotions are just as important spices as anything else in that recipe.
Former Army EOD Captain Mason Heibel served for 1 month shy of 9 years. And for the most part of his military career, there was always a smile on his face.
When we returned from Afghanistan, probably 3 weeks afterwards, one of my soldiers came up to me and made a comment that stuck. "Sir, what happened to you? You were always the happy one, and now you're the angry one."
It was a struggle that at first he didn't realize was creeping in, eventually reaching a point he couldn't ignore.
Driving to work and knowing that if a vehicle came across the median, and not knowing if I would try to swerve.
With the help of his wife, he began going to therapy twice a week. He was diagnosed with depression, anxiety, and PTSD.
I would say it's like living with an elephant in the room, 24/7. And no matter how familiar you get with that elephant, it's always there. But you can get more comfortable with it, and you can learn to not let it control you.
His journey with mental health got harder before getting easier.
What they don't see is the hours spent crying in a shower, or the hours spent not sleeping and just driving in the mountains because I just can't turn my brain off. And I know if I'm feeling that, other people are feeling that too.
Now his mission, making sure veterans know they're not alone.
I spent years alone in crowds. And I know what that feels like, and it's hard, and you don't have to be alone in a crowd.
Being there for someone else, maybe that's all we really need.
Powerful story. That was Colette Bordelon reporting. Captain Heibel wanted to mention the work done by the Marcus Institute for Brain Health in Aurora, which has specialty care for veterans and athletes who have traumatic brain injuries. It's where he saw the benefits, he says, of art therapy, a way to communicate things that may be too difficult to say.